Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Green is across the board. All the currencies, basically, like most of them from top 100 coins, just a few coins are in red, small red. Most of them are in green and showing even some huge gains like 30-20%. Bitcoin is traded around $6,500 at the moment, also almost $6,600. So what is that? Is it a bull trap, or it is a new rise, maybe a local rise, or a new bull market? We'll see. You're watching a Crypto Hamster channel, guys. Let's go.
Let's go.
So what do we have here? Like 2 days ago we started to grow with Bitcoin, and actually it was a relatively nice rise, basically like constant increase in price. The volume is not that convincing, but basically the same as before. So, and from yesterday, when we broke this 6,400 level, we've seen a lot of the rise for the altcoins as well as with Bitcoin. So now we're actually broke another interesting level of 6,550, which was tested before. Now we're trading around this level, but a little bit above that. And whether it will be a correction or not, we don't know, but still it's a very nice rise. In my opinion, as you know, this is more likely to be a correction of this drop, and probably we will see a lower low eventually, but who knows where. Again, this is like a combination of the bulls and bears in the market. The huge players will try to squeeze the profit of the best profit which is possible, and depending on the overall sentiment of players in the market, we will have this result. So what do I see eventually can happen? I just draw some enormous amount of lines here, guys, and I would like you to look at them. So see, different colors indicates different scenarios. So those green is this our triangle, whatever it is. We are approaching eventually to the pivotal point in October, maybe, or November, depending on how you will draw it. But still, this is the line of green line of resistance, and those lines, horizontal lines, are just the important levels which I would probably draw as well, but there are more other small ones, but I would like to use these three. So what can happen eventually? So in my opinion, there are at least three major scenarios. First scenario, which can very well happen, is the red curve, red arrows. You see, we can go up to like $7,000 around, maybe 6,900, then bounce from that level. It was actually a level before, and this was the level, like a little bit trading around that, so maybe it's a bouncing part, a bouncing area. So we'll bounce down to the current level, 6,550 around, so, and then bounce from that level back to the top. We will face this green resistance line and bounce from that back. So we'll continue to trade within this triangle, green triangle, until it will get narrower and narrower, and basically eventually will end up with being a point. But at that stage, we'll be very close to the September 30th, and I would think that whales will not wait until it happened, so they will probably break that, maybe add some negative news around here, but still will break that. And when the positive decision on ETF hopefully will happen, then we will see the rise to the very new top, or at least local tops, in the future. Second option is that after we will break this level, this line here at around 6,900, we will go strictly directly to this green resistance line, and we will bounce from that. And if we'll do that, there's this again the chance that we'll go down and break the previous like 6,200 level, and then we'll end up going down to lower low, maybe 5.5 or 5.4 $1,000 or something like that. The same may happen actually even from now. So if this was a correction, if this was a bull trap, then we may go like this. We may also come here from testing and breaking the level of 6,500, so eventually we'll again may appear here. And the good thing from that is that as soon as we will touch this level, probably we will have like V-shape reversal from that, and we'll go strictly directly through all the resistance layers levels, and we will go to the new all-time high. Well, not all-time, local top. So in principle, I would like this scenario, one of those three, better than the rest, the red one or another one. So as you remember, I mentioned that we may face this bouncing between these lines, and then we'll eventually bounce back down to the 5.4, but we may have the same thing happen after we will play this side trading for a while, and we can break that support level again down to maybe a little lower values, or maybe again to see 5,000 or something dollars, and then eventually also it will lead to a surge of in the price to the new high. So in my personal opinion, I would vote for something maybe like this, because you see the momentum is there, altcoins are high, so we need a correction now, but it's probably still some steam exists for the bulls, so we can go higher. Also, we shouldn't really care that much about the additional levels here, which may seem to be a good support or resistance, except maybe those three which we're looking at now. You see how strongly we broke through all of them just without any stops. When it is happening, it is happening, guys. So it doesn't matter how much we were traded. It was very strong level around 6,650, and the huge volume was traded around then, so we were very strong above that for a while, but we broke it just in a split of a second. And so it doesn't matter really how which are the intermediate, sorry for the ads popping up, which are the additional layers appear to be here. So probably it's just those maybe three or even two. Also, if we look at the altcoins, let's say Cardano, you see it dropped well below the previous low, and now we are trading around like 7 cents or something, and we actually bounced back from that. But I would say it's not enough to convince people in the rise. So there are some positive volume also increase, but still we need to go a little higher to convince people that will go up, and then eventually we will have the liquidity on this rise, and then we can drop it down. So basically the same with all other altcoins. Icon still the same, like V-shaped change. We saw it here, we saw it here. So basically very like similar picture which we had before. But if you look at the bigger picture, we actually didn't make much of a change. So you see drop, a little correction. I wouldn't call it dead cat bounce, but still correction up and again down. We can go even lower from that. Nano, I'm looking just the random coins which I personally like. The same thing, we can go very well down from that after we'll have this correction. Walton also showing pretty much the same, like downtrend. It didn't really break this huge triangle as it planned, and this is all for the whole bunch of the coins. So Neo still we're trading around the bottom, so as soon as we'll break it, yeah, the volume is bigger, much bigger here, but it means that we are in the accumulation period. But in order to make all the buyers get scared and just push price back and make them sell all the accumulated coins like small buyers, we need to push it down. We need to make it a V-shaped reversal and sharp change of in the price directed upwards, like Ontology, for example. The same thing. So we have this V-shape, but overall trend is still down. So we don't have a new up. We just a little bit corrected of that. It was here before. It was here. It doesn't mean that we will. It's not a strong indication of the rise, in my opinion. So also I wanted to mention Ether, and actually maybe it's better to look at the Ethereum over dollar. So it's actually was the case when I didn't really want to buy Ether and the higher price. I really believe that it is overpriced, maybe not overvalued as I mentioned in my Twitter, but overpriced. And even in that drop, it was quite 400 is too much maybe. So we finally dropped well below that. Oh, that's annoying. So, but now when it made basically like up to $170, I was really considering to looking at this as considering this as interesting trade when it will be like at 150 or below. But of course, as many as not me only, but many people did that, and finally price didn't go lower, 170, so it didn't touch 150, but it went up. Now it is like trading around these important levels, and I would say this is another like area which is needed to be broken. But if it wouldn't be broken, probably will go even lower. So this levels of 150 or something is still on the way. And again, this will be a very nice trade. It's 90% discount for the from the all-time high around, and from that point Ether may be very interesting for the long-term holding. So like I didn't really want to buy it because it's like, you know, second capitalization coin, not really big profits anyway. It can't make like 100x or whatever you like, but for the 5 or 10x now it is really possible, because a lot of people will go to Bitcoin and the next target is Ethereum. So why not these two expect a bigger gain? So especially if you see the volume is here is quite large, probably something is happening around here. So but still Bitcoin is continuing to trade around this 6,550. I would look carefully at this price action. So you see we try to try now to hold above this 6,550 level, but whether we will do that or not, in my opinion, we're already a bit weaker with Bitcoin. We'll see what will happen. But again, guys, it depends. If you're a day trader, then go ahead. You maybe even better have a position around here. But if you're a long-term trader, then you need to maybe look at the better prices, like at least 6,200 or something like that. And finally, if you are like few years holder, come on, you can buy now, you can buy at 6,000 or 500, it doesn't really matter. But just for the perspective, I think still that we will not return to the new local high, local top, until we will make the new local low. That's it for today, guys. I hope you liked it. If you want to be more up to date, please consider to subscribe and also follow me on Twitter. I'm a little bit more active there during the day. Leave a like and your comment. I wish you good trading. Goodbye.